So as we all know, Dr. Phil is a psychologist, and using his top-rated show as a teaching tool, he aims the critical issues of our time, including the silent epidemics of bullying, drug abuse, domestic violence, depression, child abuse, suicide, and various forms of severe mental illness. For over a decade, he has used the show's platform to make psychology accessible and understandable to the general public by addressing important personal and social issues. But sometimes it gets a lot more than he bargained for. So let's jump right into this list of the top 6 shocking Dr. Phil guest walk-offs. We'll be looking at times when guests purposely walked off the stage in anger, frustration, shame, or distress. Number 6. Back in 2015, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kim Richards, showed up in a Dr. Phil exclusive to talk about her fight with liquor abuse and an ongoing arrest for abusing a police officer. They started to talk about potential treatment, but Kim proved more stubborn than anticipated. She said that she needs to be in recovery no longer than 30 days, regardless of her little girl's request that she do 60, and that she needs to stay near the home. When Dr. Phil keeps on pushing the matter of her treatment, Kim became on edge and expeditiously left, leaving Phil and her children to sit in awkward silence. Number 5. A lady named Linda called Dr. Phil to assist her with her neighbors Sandra and Joey, who were in the midst of a bitter custody battle. Linda was worried that their kids have been trapped in the middle of the chaos. While Sandra was in front of an audience guarding herself, Phil stated that he will bring out Linda. This causes Sandra to panic, and she stated that she will leave the stage if Linda is brought out. They both got into quite a heated argument before Sandra got up and walked out, just as she said she would, and with that, Sandra waived her right to tell her side of the story. Number 4. 15-year-old Madison was a prickly guest. She initially showed up on the show because of her wild behavior, which included taking her mom's vehicle multiple times and smashing said car during a high-speed chase involving drugs and a weapon. She was additionally charged on 4 separate offenses for ambushing her dad. In the first scene, Madison strolled off stage after discovering that her grandma would show up on the show. She then reappeared to discuss the corrupting influence she has on her younger sister, and Phil prescribed a private treatment program for the troublesome teen. However, this just made Madison burst into tears before leaving the stage once more in torment and disappointment. Number 3. Guest Sarah was blamed for being a careless mother. The courts recently discovered that she was unfit to raise her 2-year-old girl. And later, Sarah's family was doing all that they could to shield the small kid from her mom's negative impact, including planting a GPS on Sarah's car to observe her day-to-day activities. Surprisingly, things got somewhat uncertain once this succulent snippet of data was brought into the discussion. Sarah's family got into an enormous fight with her before she suddenly stood up and walked off stage while fake laughing and calling the process a joke. To be reasonable, that is not the kind of disclosure anyone needs to hear on national TV, despite the context. Number 2. Cami's family frantically wanted to support her. While they stated she was once a perfectly normal and healthy suburban mother, who was now a homeless drug addict arrested on 12 separate events. While her family showed compassion, they also threatened to cut her off if she doesn't get the help she needed. Shockingly, Cami started to cry during an informative video and rapidly stormed off stage despite an attempt to physically restrain her. She, at that point, wailed behind the stage, leaving the building. It was heartbreaking to witness, and it harshly showcases the powerful and detrimental influence of drugs. Number 1. Pregnancy is normally not something to kid about, and it's not something to counterfeit, but that hasn't stopped Amy. Amy's companion Courtney claimed that Amy has faked 3 separate pregnancies and has even ventured to such an extreme as to send pictures of so-called stillborn twins to one of the alleged fathers. While viewing a video of Courtney blaming her for taking illicit donations, Amy stormed off the stage in what is perhaps the most authoritative and threatening speed walk we've ever seen. While Phil cracked jokes, Amy had a total meltdown backstage by swearing at producers, throwing various items, and even pushing the cameraman. Well, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then give it a thumbs up. Also, for more cool stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on the awesomeness that's coming. See you soon. Goodbye.